Hey, what's up? Miguel from Ripple here. So I've been working on this demo for Code Drops, where basically I want to showcase how powerful yet fun view transitions can be, especially when coupled with Astro. But that's not the subject for this video. In this video, I want to basically geek out with some of you, if there are some people receptive to these kind of things, about one key aspect in the demo that I've learned during the process of creation. So if you are familiar with WebGL, so that's basically what you can see here. It's a sphere created with about 60 planes, each one having a separate image. If you are familiar with WebGL and how click events or interaction can happen, basically and usually the concept that always comes through research or in examples or documentation is raycast, which from my understanding, it's something that I don't play with every day, but from my understanding, it's like a ray, hence the word raycast, that goes from the camera towards the center of where it's looking at and detects collisions with anything that it comes across. In maybe 85% of the use case, that's enough, because we have multiple geometries and they are quite distinct. In the case of this demo, I actually built this with a single mesh, a single geometry, and basically all the calculation of which plane goes where. As you can see, there's some depth, so there's also a Z position. All the positioning is done through a single program, so I'm using OGL, the library, but it's a single mesh, it's a single geometry, and a single shader, and everything is calculated in the shader, basically. So given that, we cannot use a raycast, because, we could use a raycast, but it's everything that it enters in collision with is the single mesh, because that's the single mesh that I created and not 60 different meshes. And so, of course, that's a problem. We cannot use raycast when playing with instancing in this case. So it's called instanced mesh. So there's another technique that I came across on basically the OGL examples, which is called GPU peaking. And it's for me it's quite ingenious, quite fun, quite smart. So that's why I want to show you, because maybe you haven't heard of it before. But basically, again, since it's a single mesh and everything, we cannot detect which plane we clicked on, unless what we do is to basically store data in another way. And that's basically what's happening. So if I click here, the show peaking, basically that's my helper, just to show you in the demo what it's about. As you can see, in reality, my shape looks like this. And as you can understand, maybe from now, each mesh, or no, sorry, not each mesh, because it's only one mesh, but each shape has a distinct color. In this case, I've played mainly with the red channel, so RGB. I played with the R channel, and I guess maybe more than that, because I see some green here. But each plane has its own color, which means that when I click, I can read the pixel that I clicked on, and based on that information, understand which plane, between quotes, I clicked on. And so what it does is that in a single render of the scene, it toggles. When I click the plane, it toggles the mode, it reads the pixel value, it untoggles it or removes it, and then renders again. And yeah, that's basically it. Again, it's quite simple, but I find it so smart, and it's something that I've never played with before. So again, sorry about, there's a lot of code, don't need to understand everything, but basically here, that's where I store the data for the other mode toggling. And basically, in the official demo for OGL, it's a lot more, I would say, convoluted, because there are some. I mean, I don't even understand, so I cannot explain it. But in my demo, I know I have about 60 planes only. So what I did is, I know that in RGB you can go from 0 to 255. So 0 being black and 255 being the highest values, or in the case of red is the brightest red. I mean, you understand me, RGB. And so I store the ID in the first channel, so that's why it looks like this. Sorry, like this. And yeah, I find it so clever, and I thought that maybe, you know, some of you might like to know that. So this tutorial should be almost finished. I'm just polishing a few things, and yeah, the code should be available in the coming weeks on Code Drops. Peace.